Are you looking for the best monitor for graphic design? In this video we will look at some of the best monitor for graphic design on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Asus ProArt Power 329C32 4K Professional Monitor. Resolution 3840x2160 display, 4K HDR LED display, color support, 100% Adobe RGB IPS refresh rate, 76 Hz display size, 32 inches. Price $. The Asus ProArt graphic design monitor is named as such for a reason. While it's not as advanced as the EIZO monitors in terms of color gamut, we think it's a great contender at a far lower price point. Thanks to its features and specs, we find it's one of the best 4K monitors for designers and found it to perform equally well for animation and video editing. The spectacular 3840x2160 display offered an immersive experience. We especially appreciated the flicker-free technology of the monitor, which helps reduce eye strain. We were also quite satisfied with the 3 HDMI ports and the USB 3.0 and USB-C ports, which made for easy plug-and-play. From our experience, this monitor is an all-around excellent choice. It has the bonus of being wall-mountable and low on power. We also loved that it has a low blue light mode to aid with sleeping patterns for late night or early morning use. Number 2. EIZO ColorEdge CG 2420 BK 24.1. Resolution 1920x1200 pixels display, LED IPS display, color support, 99% Adobe RGB coverage, refresh rate, 60 Hz display size. 1 Price $. This ColorEdge monitor from EIZO is a beast, all things considered. It's built to last and created for two things: accurate color and lasting picture. It's the gem of gems when it comes to graphic design monitors, as far as we're concerned, and its specs show that to be true. But the price point also reflects this quality. We were blown away by the monitor's wide gamut IPS LED display, which can achieve an astounding 99% Adobe RGB color range. This makes it a must-have for anyone doing large-scale print production design. This is the kind of color gamut you'd want if you were creating a building-sized print wrap or something of a similar scale. One thing that disappointed us with the specs is that the resolution is somewhat smaller than most monitors with a lower color range, sitting at 1920x1200 pixels. We're guessing this is because a higher resolution, combined with the rest of the specs, would bump the price a fair bit. Besides that, though, the monitor has DisplayPort, HDMI, and DVI inputs, as well as a great 1500:1 color ratio. With its 10 ms gray-to-gray response time, we wouldn't say it's exceptional for gaming, but you'll have a blast using this monitor for animation and graphic design. Number 3. benq PD3200U32 4K IPS monitor. Resolution 3840x2160 display, UHD display, color support, 100% sRGB color gamut, refresh rate, 60 Hz display size, 32 inches. Price $. This PC monitor from benq was initially designed for post-production and, as such, is appropriate for graphic design and animation. This is one of the things we love about benq, they create their products with utility in mind. This monitor features an impressive 100% sRGB color gamut over a 32-inch display with a max resolution of 3842x160. We found it to be the perfect monitor for anything from home animation work to professional-level graphic design. It's LED backlit, with a 1001 native contrast and a 60 Hz refresh rate, making it great for hands-on design with a tablet or pen mouse. The monitor has an HDMI, DisplayPort, and DVI, as well as a USB 3.0 port. So you won't have to worry about digging around under your desk to plug all your devices in. All in all, we think it's a great monitor on all fronts if you can afford to spend a little more. We'll admit it's a little over the top for most home users, but it could undoubtedly be the upgrade you're looking for if you're a professional or a professional to be. Number 4. Gigabyte M27Q27 monitor. If you're as serious about gaming as you are about your graphic design, this budget-friendly monitor has your back. We loved this Gigabyte M27Q monitor for its high 170Hz refresh rate and incredible 95% Adobe RGB color gamut coverage. Pair that with a 0.5 ms response time, and you have a monitor that's ready to overperform on your viewing expectations. While it won't outperform any of the high-end monitors we've listed here, the price drop is much greater than the drop in performance. This makes it perfect for beginners, those on a budget, or anyone looking to set up their desk with two smaller monitors on either side of their main one. With a 0.5 ms response time, and a large 2560x 1440px SS IPS display, it meets almost all of the add-on spec requirements of all the big players we've reviewed here. Connectivity options include two HDMI and two USB 3.0 ports, as well as a DisplayPort. It's also blue light filtered, meaning it's excellent for long periods of repeated use. When you combine all of these features with its low price, wonderful sturdy build, and near borderless design, we think it makes for a great monitor. And, when you're not taking advantage of the studio-grade VESA display during work, the AMD FreeSync Premium will ensure ultra-smooth gameplay during your downtime. Number 5. Best Dell Monitor for Graphic Design. Resolution, 3440x 1440 display, 4K/UHD IPS display color support, 99% sRGB color gamut refresh rate, 60Hz display size, 27 inches. If you've got a little more to spend than the previous monitor, you're in for a treat. This Dell monitor is our pick as the best budget monitor for designers for good reason. Dell pulled out all the stops with the latest ultra-sharp model to provide a monitor that saves on costs but doesn't compromise on quality. While we found this monitor to lack some of the fancier flares of other industry-level monitors we've tested, this is a beast of a contender at an astonishingly low price. First and foremost, the thin and tastefully designed borders and the 90-degree swivel make this line of monitors one of our top picks for multiple display setups. If you've seen a desktop setup with monitors in sequence divided by perfect-looking, thin borders, this is likely the monitor you've seen. Encased within these super-thin borders is a 27-inch IPS display, 3-directional adjustment with tilt, a quick response time, and a 99% sRGB color gamut. We really loved the 178-degree viewing angle, which made it perfect for wall mounting or alternate placement setups. It also meant that we didn't experience any hue shift while working with the monitor at an angle. It's also got a whole host of I/O support, with HDMI and DisplayPort, audio line out, and USB ports. We think this is a fantastic Dell monitor for designers, meeting all industry standards. This monitor would probably be a wise purchase even if you're not doing animation or graphic design work. The price makes it all the more worth the while, although the base specs and standards are really what drive this monitor home for us. Number 6. ViewSonic ColorPro VP3881A38. First off, there are two things to note about the ViewSonic ColorPro VP3881A. Firstly, it's made for professionals who want a little something extra out of their monitor. Secondly, the price point reflects this target market pretty well. We think this is likely a monitor best left avoided, unless you've either got a huge budget or are looking to step up your workspace. This curved monitor has a massive 38-inch WQHD Plus display at an aspect ratio of 21:9. This means it's a wide, Quad HD Plus display. The 4K max resolution, over a wide display with a curve radius of 2300, makes for a spectacular viewing experience. It's also got an ultra-wide viewing angle of 178 degrees, both vertical and horizontal. When combined with the anti-glare hard coating and the 100% sRGB color gamut, we found it to be a beast when dealing with graphic design and animation work. The monitor also features a whole host of connectivity options. It's got one HDMI port, a DisplayPort, and USB Type-A, B, and C connectivity ports. This meant that, once we were all set up, we just about never had to touch our laptop or desktop's connectivity ports again. This really made us appreciate all the connectivity options. The only small thing we disliked was that the monitor didn't entirely reflect the spectacular screen quality of our MacBooks. However, it came close enough for the difference to be overlooked.